everyone, we're doing a Pilates workout with a Swiss ball today. I thought I might add this into one of our videos. I know it's something that a lot of people have at home and don't really quite know what to do with it apart from sit on it. So here are some things. As well as the Swiss ball, I've got my trusty Bratz ball and a set of arm weights. So we are going to start with your feet up on your Swiss ball. I'm going to place your small ball just below your pelvis, and you'll see that I also have my hand weights in a position where I can easily grab them. Maybe I should have said that, but first, if you need to press rewind and go back and start again, do just that. So actually, let's have the soles of your feet on your ball. So we've got this slightly unstable surface going on. So before we start to do any movement, just take a moment to make sure that your hips are balanced in the front. We're thinking about hammocking those last two ribs down to the floor. Those knees want to be nice and level. And we just want to think about maintaining as close to a neutral curve through your lower back as you can achieve. From here, we're going to grab hold of your arm weights and come into a little hugger tree position. So automatically life is going to get a little bit less stable. So we're just going to inhale to open your arms and then exhale to hug in. So all we're doing to start with is finding that nice engagement through your shoulders and feeling how those deep abdominal muscles are going to need to work a little harder than usual to keep us from falling here. We're doing 3 more of these. We're going 2 more. And then we're going to come and hold in our hugger tree. We're going to inhale here, and then as we exhale, we roll your ball away from you, and then inhale to come back. If this is too unstable to have your pelvis up on your small ball, you can come down and do this on the floor. Small ball is adding a little bit of extra challenge for those deep abdominal muscles, for your stability. I'm going to make sure that we're driving your heels forward in a straight line here. And then from here, we're going to put those movements together. So we let's exhale open and then inhale close. So a little push of your heels into that ball to help wake up through those glutes. Finding that nice little open and close of our arms. We're just doing 4 more of those. Breathing out to send it away. Breathing in to come back. 2 more here. Pausing with your legs in tabletop, and we start to go for our little walk of our arms. Breathing out to go back and in to switch. Finding how we need to invite a little bit more work from those obliques now to stop us going kapowie off the balls. We go 4 and 3. 2 more here. Pausing with our arms in the center, and from here we're just going to send one leg away and then come back. So in some ways, single legs are easier because you've got less weight to be dealing with. In other ways, it's actually more challenging because if you have any imbalance through your body, which many of us do, although myself included, this kind of shows that up a little more. We're still aiming to be driving that ball in that straight line. And then once again, we put those movements together. So we reach back and then we come in. Heel drives that ball away and coming back. Sinking your belly. So just allowing those abdominals to drop rather than thinking of sucking them in like you're wearing a corset. Nice work. Alrighty, from here bring your feet into a little baby Pilates V. It's probably a wee bit hard to see from this angle. So I've got my feet slightly turned out and I've got my knees going over my second toe. So we're not going to allow gravity to drop those knees down at this point. Bringing those arm weights in together, we're going to go for a little push forward. You can point your toes as you straighten and then coming back. So it's like a little plie or your frogs when you do your legs and straps in the studio. Exhaling away and then inhaling to fold in. Digging those heels into your ball, inviting a little bit more work into those inner thigh muscles. We go 4, coming back, and 3, gliding back in, 2 more here. Going to hold those legs extended, and then we have a little fold from your elbows, and then come back. So a little skull crusher, to use gym parlance here. Whatever you do not crush your skull. Think of those inner thighs wrapping forward and your knees drawing up rather than letting them lock together. Subtle but important difference here. We're doing 2 more like that. And then we're going to add a little tendu, or a little lift of that leg. So as we bring your leg up, we're going to roll your ball slightly across and then lower. And then we roll slightly across the other way. So we're going for a slight adduction of that leg to invite a little more work for those inner thighs. 4 more here. Exhale and inhale. Twice more. And then last one. Lower your weights down to the floor. Bring your ball under your legs and then just go for a gentle little rock from side to side. So we're just going to get a little bit of a massage out of your lower back. From here, we're bringing your ball in between your feet and we're extending your legs up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to flex your feet and lower and bend. So we have a slight turn out of those legs just to protect those knees. So it's a stretch and then a bend. So using the weight of that ball to help find a little bit more work through those abdominals. On our last one, we lengthen those legs up. We stay at the top and then we go for a little tip of your legs to the right, come back to the center and then the left and center. A little tick-tock here. So we're just moving from inside of your hips. We go right and center. Pelvis stays still on the ball. We go 2 more here. And then to come to pause in the center, we flex your feet. We lower slightly away from your hips and then point to come slightly towards. So we flex down and we point up. Flex lower, point lift. See if you can allow your legs to come up without changing the position of your pelvis on your ball. 4 more here. Inner thighs wrapping forward. Just 2 more. And then we're going to take that into a little circle. So we're going to start by going down through the center, ticked up across, and then come around. So we're going to make these continuous circles. These circles are from your thigh bones rather than your pelvis. So different to our trusty rocks and clocks. And then we go back the other way. Letting your breath flow in the way that feels most logical for you. 2 more there. Folding from your knees, we're going to bring your feet into our little froggy position on your ball. Just let those knees drop out. And you can just go for a little fold in and out of your legs there just to get a little release of those inner thighs. A little rock from side to side can feel quite nice. And that also just gives us a bit of a bonus massage through your sacroiliac joints. Bring those legs all the way up and then we're going to sneak that ball away from the back of your hips. Lengthen your legs all the way to straight. Actually, I'm just going to shuffle back so you can see. So we're going to have your heels all the way in together. So we're in a little turned out first position here. Have your weights handy once more, but we're just going to start with those hands down onto the floor. So from here we inhale to prepare. We exhale to scoop your belly, tuck your tail under, and start to roll up through your spine, bone by bone, until we come just between your shoulder blades. Inhale at the top, and then exhale to melt your breastbone and roll all the way back down. Let's take your cushion away as we do this. Exhaling, we tuck your tail under, peel up through your spine, bone by bone, and then inhale to relax and release each bone back down to the floor. Exhaling to curl that tail under, finding that wrap forward of those inner thighs. Just listening to the sound of the rain today. So we're doing one more of these just with that movement of your hips. Inner thighs roll forward, peeling up bone by bone, and then relaxing that all the way down. From here, float your arms up to your shoulder height. Take a moment to breathe out to reach those arms overhead, and then breathe in to allow those hands to come back towards your hips. Breathing out, tipping from your shoulders, and then breathing in, armpits draw down to lower. Two more of these little preparations. Breathe out to let your arms float back. Breathe in to come down. Last one here. And now we're going to combine that with that movement of your hips. So we exhale, we peel arms and legs, and then inhale, peeling all the way down together. Rolling through your spine, scooping back with those arms, and then releasing, coming down bone by bone. Tucking your tail under, wrapping those inner thighs forward as we peel up into that lovely elongated position, dropping through your breastbone and releasing your arms. Last one here. A little scoop up and back. Sneaky, sneaky, we're going to leave those legs there and bring those arms into that rounded position. From here, we have a little open of one arm, and we switch, and we switch, and we switch. Finding those oblique muscles here, keeping wide through the back. We go 4 and 3. 2 more here. Last one. Relax those arms, roll those hips down just for a moment. Inhaling, as we exhale, we peel those hips up to the top, and then from here, we have a little tendu of that right leg. Same again on that right. So we're going for a little crossover of that leg like you're coming to a 5th position. We lengthen, lift, and lower. We go 4, close that back. Hips are square. 2 more. Last one. Bring that foot back and then come to that other side. We lengthen and then lower. Keeping that sit bone drawing forward. Reaching up and then closing. 4 more here. And 3. 2 more. Last one, come back through the center and then rolling all the way down through your spine. Just go for a little roll forward and back, coming to a little bit of extension. Just gently letting that go. We're going to bring your ball in underneath your feet once again and interlace your hands around the back of your head. From here we exhale to come into that abdominal curl and then inhale to lower. So we're going to drop your breastbone forward, sink your belly button. Exhale, curling up, and then inhale, lengthening. Exhale to curl, inhale to come back down. We have 4 more of these. Exhale, curl forward, and then releasing down twice more, curling up through that breastbone. And then from here, as we come up, we extend one leg away, and then we come down and lower. Exhale, inhale, pushing through your heel, and then coming back in, pushing long, and then scooping back. 4 more here. Exhale, press, inhale, fold. 2 more like this. And then we're going to start to take this into a little crisscross, so stay up with your rib cage. As we roll your leg away, we reach your opposite armpit to your thigh bone. And then come back in, up and across, and back. Pushing away, and coming back in, around the corner, and then coming back. 4 more here. Exhale, twist. Inhale, home. 1 more on each side. Last one. Bring your ball underneath your calves. If you like, you can find your pillow for your head again. And this time you can go for a slightly bigger rock from side to side. And now that we're no longer on your ball, you can also include that motion of your head. So this feels really nice to do with a Swiss ball because you can just completely relax the weight of your legs into the ball. And just have a little play with the range of motion that's feeling nice for you today. Alrighty, coming into the center once again. A little bit of a challenge. We find our weights and we're going to come up into a teeter. So we're going to inhale those arms overhead. As we exhale, we start to curl forward and push that ball forward with your legs to come all the way up to sitting. Inhaling, exhale, roll down through your spine and draw that ball back. Exhale to roll up, and then inhale to roll down. Curling through your spine, and then drawing tummy in to lower. Armpits draw down to bring us forward, and then rolling to come back in. Legs lead the way just by a sniff because they've got a little further to go, being longer. We're doing 3 more of these. Just 2 more. Last one, we're going to hold up at the top and then see if we can just go for a little hover and lower, hover and lower. Maybe have a little walk with those arms. One side may feel harder than the other. 4, stand on it. 3, 1 more on each side. Nice work. Roll yourselves down with care. Hug that ball underneath your legs once more. Mop sweat from brow. And just have a little wag of your tail. So we are going to come into a rollover today. This is a very traditional Pilates exercise. It's not for everyone. If you're not comfortable coming up, effectively we're going to be coming back just almost to your neck. If that doesn't feel good for you, just press fast forward, leave this bit out. Otherwise, come in with me. So we're going to place your ball between your feet once again, having those feet flexed. So we're just going to start with a little tip and lift here. So as your ball rolls back towards you, we're just going to start to go into a little lift of your tail. So we're going to make this increasingly bigger. Palms facing down on the floor gives you a little bit of help until eventually we're going to be going back towards your shoulders, similar to your plow pose in yoga. So rolling back and then controlling down. From here, we exhale to come back, peel through your spine, and then lengthen your legs slightly further away from you. You can use a little bit of momentum on the way up, and then we want to use control on the way down. We're going to do that twice more. Rolling up and back. Control that roll through your spine. Last one. Nice work. Bring your ball down. Find your little froggy position with your feet and just have a little rock from side to side, opening through those inner thigh muscles. Alrighty, so from here, find your pillow once more, placing that back behind your head. I'm just rearranging myself so you can see me. So we're going to find that ball back in between your feet once again. From here, we're going to go for a little roll down of one leg, allow those legs to turn out, and then come back into parallel through the center. So we're using your inner thigh muscles to rotate your ball. We roll around and then come back. Little roll and then lift. If you're feeling the fronts of your hips grabbing as you do this, bring your legs a little closer to you, and if you need, bend your knees. We're just doing one more of these each way, and then last one. And then from here, bring your ball down to the floor, find your little froggy position, and just have a little sway. Thank God for the froggy. And if you like, you could start to make that movement a little bit bigger. See if you can roll one thigh bone all the way to the floor, depending on how that's feeling through your shoulders. And then when you're ready, we roll yourselves all the way to that side and tip right off as gracefully as we can. Okay, so we're going to come and do a little bit of side lying. Sorry, just had to wet the whistle. So using that Swiss ball once again, got the old Pilates here, we're going to bring that ball back in between your feet. So we're going to have your feet pointed to start with. We're going to have that nice gap between your waist. We're going to inhale to prepare, and then as we exhale, allow those legs to hover and then lower. So a variation of our double oblique leg lift. We're demanding a little bit more of those inner thigh muscles by squeezing this gigantic ball. And we are also adding a little bit of weight to this movement. So we get a little bit of resistance on the way up, but a little bit of assistance on the way down. On this next one, we're going to hold those legs up there, and we have a little teeny pulse up for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold and squeeze that ball for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift a little higher and relax that down. From here, we're going to roll your ball forward. Let that leg turn out from your hip. Try not to lock that knee. So we want to keep that kneecap drawing up rather than popping back. So you're going to have both of your legs turn out here. As we exhale, we're going to commit that heel into the floor and float your underneath leg up. And then inhale to lower. So your inner thighs are drawing together. Exhaling to hover. Inhale to lift. Pushing down into that ball to help activate that wrap of those inner thigh muscles. 3 more here. We've gone a little bit belly sick today. I hope we don't mind. Sometimes we go back from whence we came. Holding that last one at the top, we pulse your bottom leg up for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeeze down with that top leg for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 2 legs together, squeezing in and up. Try and beat those inner thighs together for 4, 3, 2. Lift a little higher and relax that leg to the floor. From here, bend your underneath leg. Actually, let's bend it right up to a tabletop position. So we're going to bring your heel slightly further forward on your ball. We're going to allow that leg to rotate forward slightly and turn out. and then bring it back to parallel to come back. Now flex your foot as we do this. So your heel is going to guide that ball forward without changing your hips, and then guide it back. Exhale, rotating in that hip, and then inhale to roll back. Pushing into that ball, and then guiding that leg back. We do 4 more there. Exhale, rolling forward. Inhale, bring it back. Twice more, present that heel. Last one. And then from here, just repositioning that foot. Then allow that thigh bone to turn in slightly as we roll that leg behind you, and then turn out as we come back in line with your hip. So rolling that thigh bone in slightly as you roll back, and then out as you roll forward. And to keep those hips nice and square towards the front, and just find how we can manipulate that leg inside that socket. We're just doing 3 more of those. Little roll back, and then last one. Alrighty, let's come and do that much on your other side. Thing about working with a ball is it will often run away. So we're going to bring that ball in between your ankles to begin. Stretching legs out too straight. And we had pointed feet on our first side, so let's do the same on this side. So we're going to exhale to lift and then inhale to lower. Have a little push into the floor to help you stabilize. This also just encourages a little bit more work from your oblique muscles. So we go 4. Exhale away, inhale back, twice more. And then we stay up there and we pulse up for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, holding there, squeeze your ball for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lift a little higher and relax that down. Rolling your ball forward. So we want to think of being about a stride length away from you. And we're under that heel. So we're turning your thigh bones out, keeping those hips going straight forward, and we lift and lower, pushing into that heel on the ball. Exhale up, inhale down, lengthen and lower. Check our mouse hole. 3 more here, and 2. Holding the top, and we pulse up for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, top leg pulsing down for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2 legs together, squeezing up, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lift a little higher, and then relaxing down, bending that underneath leg, turning that top leg in to begin, finding that parallel, and then we turn out to come forward and then in to come back. So we want to have the ball underneath your heel, slightly easier to have it a little further down your leg as you're shortening that lever, finding that nice rotation forward and then rotation back, rolling forward and then rolling back. 4 more. Two more here, and then last one. From here we keep that leg turned out and we roll it slightly in as we go back. Little roll in and little kick forward. Think of lengthening through the front of the hip. So we're not coming all the way to a tendu derriere. It'll be a little secabesque position. If those things don't mean anything to you, don't worry about it. Just think of bringing your leg to a diagonal rather than going right behind you. 2 more. And then last one. Nice work. bending that leg in. We're going to come up and we're going to do a little bit of prone work on your ball now. So the ball is a really nice way to bring us into some spinal extension. Gives us a nice bit of feedback and also a little bit of something to push against. So we're going to bring your ball just underneath your chest. You're going to have your heels apart with a little squeeze of those heels, and we're just going to drape yourself over your ball to begin. So you can start by just allowing everything to hang out. Let your shoulders slump, let your head relax, let your tailbone drape down. And then from here we're going to think of starting to lift your belly away from that ball. Have a little push into those big toes, and then in turn push into your heels. As we inhale, we're going to start to widen those shoulders and allow your breastbone to reach forward. So we're coming into a lovely supported dart. Fingertips can reach back. And then relaxing and releasing back down over that ball. Inhale, connect into your toes, into your heels, into your belly, and then into your back, rippling right up to your head, and then releasing. So your lower spine is staying still here. Think of the crown of your head reaching forward and away. Reach back with those arms, and then releasing down. We're just doing one more like this, inhaling to come into that lovely reach forward, lifting your belly away from that ball, and then relaxing. Your option is to continue in this position, or if you'd like to make things a little bit more challenging, we're going to stretch your legs away from you and come a little further forward. So your feet are about shoulders distance apart here. So relaxing your upper body. Again, your lower body is going to stay really still. So we're going to inhale to reach your heart forward, your fingertips back. And then exhale to relax all the way back down. You may not be able to achieve the same range of motion through your thoracic spine here without having to start to kick in to your lower back. We do not want your ball to get any more squished underneath you as you come up. If it does, that means we will let your belly go. On our last one, we come back up into that extension, and we're going to have a little reach of those arms up overhead, and then relax back down. Inhale to sweep into a nice rounded position, and then lower. Pull the bra up, sink your shoulders, and then come back. Reaching up, and then lowering down. Just two more, sweeping up and away, and release those arms. Last one, from here, bring your hands to the floor, and then just come and hang over your ball. So you can really drape here. So if it feels okay, you can go for a gentle little roll forward and back, getting a little bit of a massage of your stomach. So we're encouraging a nice bit of traction through your lower spine. In some circles, people call this your fallen angel stretch, like you have dropped out of the sky and landed on a Swiss ball. On this next one, we're going to continue sliding your knees all the way down to the floor. Very slowly using your hands, bring your hips back to your heels. Let your arms drape over your ball. From the side, you look a little bit like a number 2. Just stay here for a moment while the blood returns from your head down to the rest of your body. And then peeling all the way up. All right, we're going to do a little bit of 4-point kneeling-esque activity. So from here, bring yourself over your ball. These are going to be hips distance apart. And we're going to think of lifting that belly once more. So we want to allow your knees to be as close to your hips as possible. They are going to need to be a little bit further back unless you have a teeny tiny ball. So from here, we are going to just transfer your weight to one side and then come into your opposite arm and leg extension and then bring this back. So the ball is going to give us quite a lot of feedback about what we may try and move to achieve this reach. So we want that ball to stay absolutely still. Little hug of your supporting hip to your midline. Little reach out and away. Pushing into the heel of your hand, two-way stretch. I'm just going to do one more of these. Find that little stretch. Alrighty. Keeping that same stability through your torso. Sneak your weight further forward. So now your hip bones are on the ball. I'm going to bring those hands down to the floor. Challenging to get my entire self in shot, but I think we've just about managed it. Alrighty, so from here, again, that ball is going to stay nice and still under your belly as we come into this little sort of supported plank position here. If it feels alright in your lower back, bring your feet to about hips distance apart rather than shoulder distance. So from here, we're going to commit your weight to your left foot and lift your right leg to your hip height and lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. So just as we do in your 4-point kneel with your toes tucked under on the floor, we're moving from your hip rather than from your back. 3 more here. 2 more. Belly lifts as leg lifts, holding that leg up at the top. And then from here, we have a little curl and then stretch away. Feel a little stretch through the front of the leg as we have that hamstring curl in. Zipping sit bone to your center line. We go 4. Push out through that supporting heel. That sit bone hugs the midline so those hip flexors don't come and start to take over. Hold that heel in and then we press that up for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lengthen that leg out. Other side, we lift and lower. Those hips stay square to the floor, lifting and lowering. Zipping those sit bones in together. We have 4 more. Exhale, glide that sit bone to your center line. 2 more here. And then hold the top and we pulse for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, and we curl, and we lengthen. Fold in, and stretch. Fold, and reach away. Lengthen, and away. We go 4, and 3, 2 more here. Last one. Lengthen that leg. Come a little further forward so the ball is now going to be under your belly, and then we are hovering those legs. So we're still up in a little bit of a plank position. Turning those thigh bones out, we're going to have a little squeeze together of those heels coming into a little beat, and then we flex your feet and keep those beats going. So we point 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and flex. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and point. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and flex. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We point. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and flex. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold there. Little challenge. See if you can transfer your weight to one hand. Your free arm is going to stretch forward of your shoulder and see if you can balance there. And bring that hand back to the floor. Transfer to your other side. This is going to be interesting for me. And then see if you can reach that arm away without cheating, without falling off your ball. Bring hand back to floor. Bring feet back to floor. And slowly roll yourselves back into your number 2, draping yourself over that ball one more time. So we're going to take your hands to your ball and just push it all the way forward. Let your shoulders come up to your ears. If it feels better in your shoulders, you can take your hands a little wider, and we're just going to go for a little roll from side to side to get a little shoulder stretch. If it feels okay in your shoulders, you can go for a little roll up and over of that ball. Just letting that ball give you a little bit of an extra stretch through each side. Nice. Alrighty, big breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to roll all the way up. and we're going to come and do a little bit of work seated on your ball. I'm just going to move my screen up so I'll be able to get a better shot of what's going on. Bear with me. Ha ha. Don't fall off. Okay, so coming to find your big ball, your small ball, and your weights one more time. So we are going to bring your little ball and place that in between your inner thighs, just above your knees. And we're going to reach those arms forward of your shoulders. So from here we have a little tuck of your tail as we curl in, and then lengthening back. Exhale, curl, and then inhale, stretch. Little fold under, and then lengthen your tailbone away. Exhale, curl, and then inhale, coming back. 3 more here. Lengthening arms. 2 more, curling in, stretching out. And then from here, holding in that little curl, we're going to see if we can have a little lift of your feet as you reach. Little jump, and then come back. Exhale, jump. Folding in, little spring, and then lower. Squeezing with your inner thighs rather than the fronts of your hips. 3 more. 2 more here. And then bringing those feet back down to the floor, stretch those arms out. Start to circle your hands. As we circle, we're going to slowly make our way forward until your ball arrives under your shoulder blades. And then from here, turn those palms the other way. And we go for a little drop of your hips and then connect underneath them to come back. Little lower, and then glide and lift. Lower down, and then push back like a little supported squat. We go 4 more here, and then pressing away. 3 more. Press and reach. 2 more here. Last one. From here, bring those elbows back. We have a little lift. We have a little lower. Let's lower those hips just an inch and then reconnect. We lower, we lift. We lower and lift. Apple under your chin. 3 more. 2 more here. Last one. And then from there, lengthen those arms. We lower, we stretch, we lift, we lower. So tap down and up, reaching back and lift. Tap down and up and back and lift. Last set here. Tipping back, coming all the way up, and then circling those wrists, walking those feet back in towards you. Use those abdominal muscles to curl all the way back up onto your ball. Well done. From here we reach those arms high, and then they lower. We bring it up and down. Exhale, lift and lower. Tipping from those shoulders. We go 4 more there. And 3. 2 more just with the arms. Then we're going to add a little movement back with that ball. So we push your hips back this time and then come up. We fold back and then pull forward. Rolling away and then coming in. Reach back and then pulling forward. 4 more. And 3. 2 more here. We're going to add a little extension of one shin on the way up. So we go reach, extend, reach back, extend, pull away, and bring it up. Reach back and lift. We go 4, extend, 3, and lengthen, and 2. Last one. From here, keep your arms behind you. Come into a little pitch forward over your ball and we have a little lift and lower of those arms. So finding that work from your triceps. Exhale, inhale. We go 4 and 3 and 2. From here, we have a little curl of your tail as we curl in and out. So keeping that length forward, finding those abdominal muscles to move your lower spine. We go 4. Tuck and curl, release. 2 more. From here, hold those arms behind you, circle up and around. Little lift of those arms for 4, 3. Ball stays still underneath you and we reverse for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift a little higher, and then from there, bringing yourself all the way up. Roll those shoulders out, placing your weights down. I'm going to move my screen down to the floor once more. And then from here, we're going to place that ball, small ball, this is, underneath one hand. So we're going to come into our mermaid stance with our legs. Have your hand onto that ball. I'm going to port bra that arm up into that high fifth position. And then from there, we're just going to come into a little side bend and then bring that back. Inhale to side bend and then connect under that arm to come back up. Inhale, side bend, and then exhale, lift. Arcing your ribcage off your pelvis. We go 4 and 3. 2 more here. Hold this last one in that side bend and we have a little fold in and out. We bend, reach away. Bend, lengthen that opposite hip down to the floor. We go 4 and 3 and 2. Hold that arm extended and we bend the elbow and straighten. Bend and stretch. Bend, push into that hand, lower, picking up. We go 4, press, 3, press away. 2 more. On this last one, press all the way up and over to bring you to the other side and just get that nice little oppositional stretch. Come into a little turn towards that leg. If you like, you can just place your ball down against that leg and go for a little extra stretch. And then we will just sweep your legs around to your other side. So coming into our Z-sit position, we port bra that arm up and over and then recover. Lifting out of your waist, sinking the front of your rib cage down to your hips rather than letting those ribs explode forward. As we side bend, make sure your top shoulder is sinking deeper into its socket rather than creeping up and becoming an earring. 3 more here. Lifting over, and then we hold in that side bend and we bend elbow and we push away. We fold in and we stretch. Think of lifting out of your waist rather than slumping down into it. In and reach. We go 4 and 3. 2 more. Stretching that arm away and we bend and we straighten. We bend or we push away. Fold from that elbow. We lower, we lift for 4. Pressing away. And 3 and 2. Last one, bend, use a little bit of momentum to bounce that ball off the floor. Come into your reverse stretch and then circle around just to have that little bit of rotation in your spine. Bringing yourselves all the way up, and we will find your fit ball once again. Wherever that may have run to. So we are going to be up on your knees. We're going to bring your elbows slightly forward of your shoulders. And then from here we breathe in to prepare. We breathe out to hinge from your hips to come into a half plank. And then breathe in to fold back. So we're going to exhale, drop, and then inhale, come back up. Exhale, drop forward, and then wide sit bones to lift. Dropping down, and then lifting. We do 4 more there. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift. 2 more. Long diagonal. Hold your last one. And then from there, we breathe out, we breathe in. Little roll forward, little roll back. Push away, pull in, forward and back. We go 4 and 3. Option to stay here, wherever you wish. Hovering knees, and we go forward and back, and forward and back. Press and pull. 4 more. Going forward, hugging back. 2 more here. Last one. Tap your knees to the floor and just come back into your child's pose. Rolling yourselves up through your spine. From here, I'm going to have your hands on the ball for a modified Pilates push-up to begin. So we're going to think about those elbows coming into your ribs, and then we push the ball away. So let's inhale on the way down, exhale to come up. So our challenge is to keep that ball nice and still here. We're going to do 4 more of these. Inhale to fold, exhale, push away. 2 more. And then from here, we come up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, lower an inch. Little lift, little lower. 4 more. Fronts of the hips stay relaxed, engage through the back of the hips to come up, release slightly to lower. Your option to repeat from this position, or if you'd like to advance, coming forward into that little half plank, and we inhale, bend, exhale, push away, inhale, fold, exhale, straighten. Just make sure, speaking of straightening, that I'm in a straight line. That helps. Inhale and push. We go 4. Push ball through floor. 3 and 2. Holding the bottom, and we come up an inch, down an inch, up, fold to lower. Keeping that connection of those sit bones. Long diagonal line here for 4 and 3. 2 more. Last one. Bring yourselves back. Make a little jaws on your ball, and then walk those elbows forward. Until you arrive at a nice little stretch down here. If you feel like you need a little bit more, bring your hands onto your shoulders and just hang out here. Make sure that you're lifting out of the stretch rather than going collapse. I know that feels quite nice, but I'm sorry, it's not that great for your joints. And if it feels okay, you can just go for a gentle little rock. Hopefully that makes up for me saying don't slump. And then bring your hands forward, scooping under those armpits, rolling yourself all the way up. I think we might have time for a little bit of a pike. I think I might lose a layer before we endeavour to do a pike. Whew. Whew. All right, so from here, la pièce de la résistance. Hopefully I can do this without walking into my fridge. So we are going to come forward into a plank on your hands. The ball is going to land on your feet or the bottom part of your shins, like so. Voila. Hopefully there have been no casualties. No, you can't see me. Sneaking back. Sneaking back. That'll do. Alrighty, so from here, we are going to lift your hips to the ceiling and drop your head. And then lower. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 4 more. And 3. And 2. Last one. From here, hug your knees to your chest and push away. Hug in and press. Fold in, roll out, and in, and press. We go 4, and 3, and 2. Alternating between those 2. We lift, we lower, we fold, we stretch, we lift, we lower, we fold, we stretch. Twice more. In and out. Last one. And then from there, very carefully, bring yourselves down to the floor. Just move your ball out of your way. So just bring your hands by your shoulders. We're just going to come and do a little extension here. So as we inhale, we're just going to allow the crown of your head to reach forward, coming up into that nice stretch through your spine, and then releasing all the way back down to the floor. Inhale, crown of your head lengthens forward, armpits draw back, and then rolling back down. Just one more here. Inhale. Come all the way down to the floor. We're going to come into a little starfish position. So your feet will be about shoulders distance. Arms will be, I don't know, about the same distance as your feet. So I'm going to bring mine a little bit further forward. So find a little tuck of your tail. From here, we're going to lift one leg, twist your hips, let that leg roll over. So you may start to feel a bit of a stretch through one hip. If you'd like a little bit more of a stretch through your shoulders, you can extend that same arm up towards the ceiling. Either look up at that hand or look down towards the floor if that feels like it's too much for your neck. You can try flexing or pointing your feet and see which feels like a better stretch for you. Flexing is actually better for me here. A bit more traction through the hip. And then just reversing, so arm comes down first, pelvis rolls forward, and that brings your leg. Let's do that on our other side. So we lift that leg, we tip it up and over. I flex my feet, so I better do the same thing on that side. That might feel like that's strong enough. Otherwise, you can come and take that little reach. Get a little bit of a nervy stretch going on there. And let's just do that once more on each side. Tipping up and across. And then lengthening. Relaxing that arm down. Relaxing those hips. Last round. Up and over. Stretching up and away. And then bringing that hand back down. Bringing those hips forward. Hands come by our shoulders. Coming back into your child's pose. And just take a few nice deep breaths into your lower back. If you like, you can bring your hands back by your feet and just let those shoulders round forward. Some people find that gives them a little bit more opening across their shoulder blades. And that can kind of ricochet further down into your lower back. Or if you really like that stretch forward with your arms, that can give you a little bit more of that sense of that pulling or tractioning through your spine. So you can have a little play with both and just see where feels best for you today. And then when you're ready, find a little scoop of your belly to tuck that tail under, roll up through your spine. Give those shoulders a little once over. And that's us cooked. Thank you very much, everybody. Bit of a vigorous one today. Thank you for bearing with me. I hope that you are staying nice and warm and dry wherever you are. And I'll see you soon. Bye.